Who is paper chasing Zaylon?
Cigarettes. What the fuck?
Oh. I don't know, probably some fans. I don't know what's going on. If not, y'all, we're gonna take this to Facebook. Okay, we're gonna take this to Facebook because on my end I can't. But see, I can pick up other people, but I can't. So I seen you. Of course, I'm on YouTube myself, but I ran into her videos, and what drew me to you was the Whitney Houston, no, Robin Crawford's book, and how you were breaking it down. And I love the Nikki Whitney Houston. I love Whitney Houston. So I was so interested and drawn into that book. But let me start this with the interview. How long have you been doing book reviews, or how was your show fashioned? What do you do on your show, and how did you come to want to even be on YouTube? How did that whole start for you?
Well, I started YouTube. Initially, I was watching YouTube, and a lot of people go to YouTube after a tragedy for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 2016, I decided to create my own channel. Okay.
Okay.
And initially, I started talking about plastic surgery, and then I did celebrity news. And right now, I'm trying to rebrand my channel as a book reviewer.
Okay. Okay.
That's basically it. And I hope it catches on. But a lot of people like the book reviews.
I'm here for the book reviews. I mean, but I haven't been privy to the other things. But your book reviews, I don't even want to read the book. I just want to hear you tell me about the book. And so, because I feel like I get a better understanding from how you break this thing down. And she's hilarious. She tells it how it is. She said, "Oh, like you don't know you're funny."
I've been told that I guess so, but it's natural to me because a lot of times when you guys are laughing at me, I don't know that I'm being funny. I don't know that. I'm just being me.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess I could be, like the auntie at the cookout. That's what I feel like I am sometimes.
like the pretty auntie. Like at the cookout. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, thank you.
I feel like your husband or spouse is probably about to beat me up because I'm.
No, I'm married to a woman. And she's fine.
Let's get it cracking. So from going into YouTube, was being a personality, because a lot of times people don't understand when you open yourself up to the public, you become now a personality, or you inspire to be a personality, right? So what happens is people desire to know more about you. They want to know they want to be into your life more. So was that always your thing? To get on YouTube, or did you grow up as a girl that wanted to be an actress? Like, how did that start, your background?
You know what's crazy? I only got on YouTube just to make money. YouTube is business to me.
Okay.
It's funny because my little sister, and I think she's in here, she was the entertainer of the family, but to me, it just is just money to me. That's all it is. I really don't aspire to do anything on YouTube but to make money. And if there's some perks along the way, then I will definitely take them.
Listen, run us that check, huh? So tell me, you live, because I hear it in your voice, so let me go ahead and guess. And we're going to be good friends after this interview. But you live on the East Coast, right?
I live in Atlanta, baby.
Oh, no, Atlanta, but your accent is, why do I hear East Coast in your accent?
Let's see if you can guess. Let's do three, Chase. Let's do three.
Okay.
People in the chat, let's see if you can see too, so go for it.
Yes, in the chat, let me know, because you know what? I just may do a cash out. If you get it before me, because I'm about to get it. I'm about to get it right now.
Okay.
And of course, if you watch it later on YouTube, this is not for you. It's for the live. Okay. So listen, I think it's Jersey.
No, but you will get some partial credit, but go ahead.
Okay. And if not, it's definitely solid. I ain't guessing no more after this because I know it's D&B. I know it's a DC type thing. Yeah. Already know. Already know. Already know. So, and so you grew up there, and when did you transition to Atlanta? How did that?
My wife said, "I want you here," and I quit my job and came down here and became a housewife.
Really? Oh, ain't that a blessing? Is that a blessing?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
To be at home and just take care of that. Now, listen.
Hey,
Anybody want to make
being
more
a
house husband?
housewife. Listen, hey, baby, hey.
Whenever
I
you
still
want
do
to.
my YouTube thing. I still make my own money because I'm still
Right.
very independent. My wife helps me out here and there, but I
Right.
will never let anybody be able to talk trash to me. I'll be like, wait a minute, I make my own money.
Listen. Gonna tell me what because they like to that dictator spirit comes in and they want to
Exactly. Be a
so
housewife.
yeah. So let's move on. Any children?
No kids, no
Okay.
kids. I always like to brag and say that I helped to raise my baby sister. So that was
So
enough kids for me.
So let's talk about that because you mentioned her twice, and I'm very perceptive. You got to be on this interviewing
That's
side
my
of the job,
baby.
okay? What is her name? And tell us how when you say you helped raise her, what do you mean by that?
Well, we're about 7, 8 years apart. My mother was always working, you
Okay.
know. So as the oldest girl, you have to always look out for the younger siblings. Just period. That's just our culture. You know, people
Yeah,
say that black folks don't have culture, but we actually do.
we do.
Okay, it's
We
just
do.
that you have to recognize what is our culture, and
That's
part of
right.
our culture is the oldest girl always takes care of the
That's
home.
right. Right.
So, and it's basically because, black mothers work so hard, So
Mm,
it's like, it's a part of the teamwork or the family unit for us to work together and do what we need to do to go forward. So,
right.
and
So did
that's my
did
baby.
you Did you? So was it because and let me know because this is real talk, but let me know if I'm prying too much. Was it because
Hmm.
your mother was a single mother and she worked, or how did that
Yeah.
dynamic? Okay,
Hmm.
okay,
Hmm.
awesome. Okay, and then and you said a key point there. People who have to understand our culture. Being the oldest female, you're more really the mother than like if you had an older brother. The older brother really is not his job to really take care of the. He's a protector in a sense, but
Right.
the older sister is really the nurturer to make sure. So I definitely get what you're saying.
Right.
I definitely
Right.
get that.
Right.
I definitely. So you
Right.
moved. Now you in the A. First of all, I guess I forgot. I was slipping because I don't know why
It's
we ain't did
okay.
lunch yet. But we'll fix that. We'll definitely fix
Listen,
that.
let me tell you something. I get a lot of offers for me to do collaborations with people, but I am
Uh-huh.
so shady.
It's
I'm so,
shady.
I don't know why, but it was something about you that made me say, you know what? I'm gonna do it with him. I am so shady. So, so Nolan, you are I don't know what you did. You must have put a spell on me or something.
Listen, listen. Did y'all hear this from her? I made
Oh
it.
God.
Did you hear it? I'm telling y'all, it's something to your boy Nolan. Y'all be sleeping on me. I'm telling y'all.
Mm.
Listen, but it's a shady. I believe you shady for a reason, right?
I am, but let me say this. I am very, I get attracted to creators and
Yeah,
artists. So when you said that you're a singer, that could be what it is,
yeah.
you know? So that must be it. I love dance. I love singing. I love plays, art, culture, anything that can move a person without touching them,
Oh
you know?
wow.
So that's what I'm drawn to. So maybe I felt that energy from
Yeah,
you, you
yeah.
know?
For sure, for sure. And I look good, so it's one of those. It's one of those. It just has to be. It has to be. But no, but seriously, well, you don't know. So guys, and of course you'll hear later this year. It'll be so much advertisement, it's probably gonna get on your nerves. But I have my own conference for young creators, millennials. And this year it will be 5 years I've been doing it, and we're doing it here again in Atlanta. So I want you to be my guest. So let's don't if I hit you back up saying, hey, this is what's going on, I love you just to come. Of course, I'm from the church. I'm in the gospel industry, so my background, but it's still a place where creatives come, and iron sharpens iron. So it's a place where we just get more sharp around each other in our creativity. So it will be in June. Shameless plug. All right. All right. So let's get it cracking. 3 more questions, and if y'all look at 3 more questions. Let me tell y'all, she was giving me the blues about. I said some. Nay, like I want us to do some hot topics because I know she's about to listen. She's about to slay y'all with these hot topics. But she was like, oh, okay, baby, because you keep adding. I thought we was only doing 3. I said, okay, well, we can do 3, but let me add 1 more in there. And she was like 3.5. And I was like,
you tried it. You tried it. Yes, you did. You absolutely tried it.
I was about to hit you with 7, but then when you shut me down, I was like, okay. She about her
stuff. You know
what
time I go to bed? I be in the bed by 9 o'clock. Do you hear me?
Oh my goodness.
Look, this skin, I got to sleep.
Yeah.
To get this skin, I slather Vaseline on it. And go to bed, okay?
And go straight to bed. Okay, without further ado, we got to get my sister in bed. So do you want to go ahead? Let me ask a couple more questions. On this journey in life, if you have to give, this is a really good one, okay? This is Noland's aha. Oprah used to have an aha moment. I have an aha moment segment. This is the aha moment segment, okay? So if you, any women that are coming up and dealing with, and that's going to be my second question. But let me do the first one. Any women that are coming up who want to inspire people, because you mentioned inspire people without touching them. What advice do you give to any woman, it could be for men too, but women specifically who want to just be inspirers, who want to be trailblazers, or who just want to make a difference? What would you, 3 things or 2 things you would tell them to encourage them with?
You know what I would say? I would say read books, pick up books.
Okay.
Pick up books, because books to me are very inspiring, and learning new things. You can learn something new from anybody.
Right.
Everybody learns every day from what, like, I've been asked before, how could I learn from somebody that's younger than me? I'm like, are you kidding me? They know everything. They know more than what we know right now. So just be open to learning, pick up a book. So that would be my main thing. You can learn something from a homeless person,
right.
Right. So just be open and don't treat a person, just treat people with kindness. Even though, we live in a hard society right now, we really do.
Yeah.
Especially everybody real nervous about this Trump situation. But just
and we're getting to that.
And be willing to listen to other people. You don't have to arguing, don't waste your time arguing pettiness, live your life free. Be free mentally, and just expand yourself. Just be ready and open to learn from anybody. That's the best thing I could say.
I love it. My girl Nay Rob said, expand yourself, read books, and be willing to learn a lesson from anybody. Because my experience, you never know who God is speaking through. So you just be open to receive. I just believe that. So that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Okay, so one last question. Being that you are openly married to a woman in the Black society, what has been your experience? Because we know it's so, well, nowadays it's different, but growing up, it's really hard for a Black male. But for women, and I remember you mentioned that when you were doing the Robin Crawford review, for women to try to even say they are gay or they have same gender love or whatever, it's like taboo, like it's a no-go. It's a no-go for men, but it's a real no-go, growing up in our culture back then for women. So what has been your experience with that whole process?
I think I said, if I remember correctly, I said that with men, they're fine with it as long as they're looking at us as some type of porn or some type of desire mechanism, They're fine with it. But when it comes down to us actually loving each other, then it becomes a problem. Like as long as we use it as a tool to get them off, they love it. But, I really because a lot of men, their thought on us is you too pretty to be with a female. I'm like, no, I'm too pretty to be with yourself. That's what I'm too pretty to be with
She
you,
censored
Mom.
herself. She told her new friend. She said, "No, I know you're in the church, so I'm gonna censor my cussing. Girl, be yourself." But no, I get that. I totally get that. Go ahead, continue.
So it's just more so just coping with, just ignorance from men. That's the worst part, But in regards to how me and my wife love each other, I've been knowing her since she was 21. My wife is 9 years younger than me, or something like that. So we grow together, we're learning together, and it's pure. Because as long as you're able to communicate, then you're fine. But I love my wife. Nothing takes away from that. Period.
Got it.
And we go through problems like everybody else do.
Got it. Your family support. How is that for you?
It's never been anything. At first it might have been a little tough, but no, my family loves who loves me. That's the rule.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. I love it. It's beautiful. She's giving me real Aretha Franklin. Have you ever seen Aretha Franklin in interviews? What she does is she'll give you the answer, but after she give you your answer, so she like Aretha Franklin, you're gonna step back and be like, next question. I love it though. I love it. But you're giving me conversation, but it's just you're formatted like Aretha. It's just I'm gonna give you what you asked for, and then.
Well, see, listen. I was a probation officer for 15 years, so if I come off very firm, that's just it. That's just my nature. That's it.
That makes so much sense. Oh, okay. So tell me one more job, and we get into hot topics. I hope you brought your paper because I have mine.
You wrote them down. Okay.
We about to get into these hot topics. So tell me another job. So you used to be before you became the celebrity YouTuber. You used to be a parole officer. And how many years did you do that?
15.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you know all the tricks they try to play. Listen, huh? You see it all.
No, well, like I said, we learn every day, right? So I don't know it all.
That's so true.
But I do see, BS coming down the pike a little bit. So.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm being so good. I don't even cussing or nothing.
Give me five. See? if you just stick around the church just a little bit, I'm telling you, we'll get you off too much. Okay, all right, here we go.
Okay. Pick up the paper.
For my guest, listen, y'all, real talk. It's gonna be a short show, but this thing is about to crack because this is the hot topic queen, and I guess I'm gonna put my hot topic king hat on. And we about to cover some hot topics that y'all getting ready. Listen, y'all may have wanted to know about these things, but we're getting ready to give you our views on these things. And you may not even know some things that we're getting ready to talk about. We're getting ready to do a good 4 topics, and then we're going to encourage you guys and we let y'all go. But I want you to support, I'm going to say it at the end of the show, but I want you to go and support Nay Rob on YouTube. It's her channel, and I'm going to let her explain it at the end. But I definitely want you, if you do it now, if you got your phone. Don't leave the show, but just make sure you write it down. But I want you to go subscribe to her amazing YouTube channel because I'm telling y'all the laughs. She said earlier, I'm funny, but y'all be laughing and I be in myself. But girl, when I tell you, we be cracking up like this.
That's what they say.
We be cracking.
But I be so serious. I swear I be so serious.
Okay, let me see. China Black said, always keep me laughing. I called her out on the accent. She's talking about she's from New York. You're from Atlanta. You're not from Atlanta talking like that. You from the East Coast. All right, you ready? It's Hot Topics time, and we're ready for it. Tell a friend, tune in, because we're getting ready to show out. Oh, we're about to show out real bad. All right, number one, I'm going to go ahead and kick out this is Hot Topics. You're watching Real Talk with your boy, Noland Pruitt. And, of course, if you miss this episode, you can catch it on YouTube, and it will be aired on Facebook on her page as well as my page as well. Okay, number one, I'm going to go ahead and kick this off because it has to deal with what? The church, okay? So I'm going to kick this off. There's a situation where And of course, she's going to share her views, and we're just going to keep this thing flowing. This is Real Talk at the Red Table with Noland Pruitt and Rob. There was a situation, the Church of God in Christ, and it's COGIC, which stands for the Church of God in Christ. And there was a situation where there's a video circulating on Larry Reed Live, also some other platforms, where a pastor is getting ready to, at a funeral, is getting ready, and this is an African-American funeral, so we have to, that's a real key important part. He's getting ready to give his remarks at this man's funeral, and the man was a bishop, a high position in the Church of God in Christ. And to let people know what that means who don't know too much about the Church of God in Christ, you can resemble it as the Catholic Church, where you have the Pope, you have the cardinals, and you have all these bishops and these robes and everything, okay? So this man was a bishop, and, really they had all their robes on or whatever. And a pastor was getting ready to go up and give his remarks at the podium. And a man comes from out of the audience, okay? And he goes up, and I'm going to get a platform this year where we're going to show these videos, okay? We're going to show these clips. But he comes up and he takes the mic right before the pastor's getting ready to give his remarks and says, hold on. I gotta say it because nobody else wants to. Basically, you're not allowed to speak at my father's funeral, and thank you. So what happens is the family, but nobody makes a sound, right? If you watch the video, and I'm gonna share it on my page, guys, so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. A pastor comes up from the pulpit and kind of pushes the son off the stage. He's kind of like, okay, calm down, whatever. Here's the situation. After that, the Pope of the Church of God in Christ, the man in the high position, he's higher than everybody. He's at the funeral. He stands up from his seat and he says, praise the Lord. You know, the Bible talks about we have to love everybody in loving kindness. So what you did, sir, was just out of order. So he turns to the pastor that was asked to sit down, and you should see the pastor's face. The pastor was kind of like, he was just like really embarrassed. And he says, come on and give your remarks that you were going to give. Here is the question. Even though in the Church of God in Christ, they have their structure. So if you're a bishop, it's the other bishop and the Pope's job to run your funeral, because your body now becomes the body. You belong to the church. That's basically what I'm trying to say. So, you know, they have say-so in your funeral plans. They have say-so in some things in your life now, because you're a part. You've climbed this ladder in the church. So the conversation is, Nay, should the family, there's half of people who feel like the family, because it's my father, we can tell you who we want to speak and who we don't want to speak. That's my family. That's my father's funeral. But because of the rules of the church, which are kind of sometimes man-made, they follow where, even though it is your father, we run this and you have to, we over-trump the family. So what do you guys feel about this whole situation? Is the church correct because he knew what he was signing up for, to give his service and his body over to the church? Or should the family always over-trump the church? How does that work? What do you feel about that?
So let me ask you something, because there's like a few other variables that I'm like want to talk about, because from what I understand, the gentleman who died, he actually said he didn't want that man to preach at or to stand and say anything at his funeral, right?
Correct.
Right. So, or that was his dying wish or something, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
Right. So my thing is, I just feel like when people do up and pull stunts, because that's what I call it. It was a stunt. Because when you're taking, by him doing that stunt, it took away from the actual funeral, the words to me. You done turned this into a spectacle now. So I feel like the son should have stood down, remained in his seat. I didn't know that he got up from the pulpit. I thought he came from around the corner from the top place or something. I didn't know that he came from not the pulpit. Yes, I didn't know that he came from the audience. Yeah. Oh, he tried it.
So he tried at the end of the video, Nay, you can see somebody high-fiving him like, oh, yeah, you did that, because he came out of the audience with the family. Yeah. So here's my thing. It was a stunt. But I'm okay. So this first topic, I think I'm on the other side of it, and I'm from the church. It's so funny. Not
Mm-hmm.
saying that Nate's not from the church or anything like that, but I'm deeply involved. That's what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that even though Nate, and y'all tell me what y'all feel, who are watching y'all, and I see all y'all coming in. What's up? You're watching Real Talk with your boy Noland Pruitt, celebrity YouTuber. Nate Robbins on here with me, and we're interviewing, and we're doing hot topics, and y'all get ready to learn some information, baby, some good tea. We're getting ready to get boiled on tonight. And so here's the thing. Even though we know the structure of the church, but that's still my father's funeral. So, I mean, if we told you, because we don't know the situation, this man may have cussed that man out on his dying bed. We don't know what happened. All we know is the family's wishes were not honored, and because of how it's set up, the people who are in the head position kind of just like, we don't care what you're feeling. What you did was inappropriate, so we're going to take over now. I would have felt, Nay, I would have felt really offended. I just would have. I don't know.
Okay, so let me tell you something right quick. So when my mom passed, let me tell you something. The pastor kept calling my mother Reeby, okay? He kept calling her Reeby. You heard me? Her sisters was like, is this Negro calling my sister Reeby? I said, listen, y'all, stand down. Do not turn this into something else.
Right.
Let this fool get off this, get off it. And, oh, God. But it wasn't about me. I knew that I would have made it an even bigger spectacle if I would have got up there. Because this situation is not about him. I'm sure that the church would have understood, hey, look, this is just what happening. This is what I said is going to happen. Because from what I understand, also the man's name was still on the program, right?
No, so I have to do my research. And then Nay, Kelly Baby 103. That's your sister? No.
My sister is Trey. I don't know who Kelly Baby is.
Hey, Kelly Baby, thank you for watching Real Talk with your boy Noland Pruitt. And of course, Nate Robbins in the building. So Kelly says, so the family didn't see the order of service on the obituary. Good point. So to that point, here's what happens in Black churches, and we're going to move on to our second topic. And I just want to know: are y'all with the family? Or are you with the church? I need to see you. I need to see something.
Yeah, I need to know
that.
Type
the comment: are you with the family? Or are you with the church? Here's what happens in the obituary in the Black church. A lot of times they say, now we're going to have some remarks by 3 pastors. They don't list the names of the pastors in the program. They just say 3 pastors. So it may have been that situation where they didn't know. They just know that whoever's on the pulpit, y'all don't pick 3 people to speak at my daddy's funeral. And so we just got to sit there and listen to them, So I don't know. Are you with the family or are you with the church?
See, I'm a bit mad at the family. Or not the family, but the man who passed. I'm a little bit mad at him because he knew that was going to be a messy situation. You left this messy situation for me to have to take care of this. That's what I have a problem with. Listen, that's the problem that I have with the church folks sometimes. Forgive me, baby. And you taught me something today. I did not know that Kojic meant what you said. What is it? What did you say Kojic stood for?
Church of God in Christ.
I didn't know that. You taught me something today.
See?
So now every day you learn. But I don't know. That was messy of the man who passed himself. Like, I could see him being like, don't have that man say anything over. I don't like him. He slept with my wife or something like that. Whatever the case may be. But that was messy. I mean, come on.
So here's we're going to be judges on this case. So I think our verdict is, and let me know if we're right, Nay. What's the name? Says the family. Okay, we got 1 vote for the family. So our verdict on this case is have your stuff in order before you die, so you won't have this confusion at your funeral. All right?
What?
Next case.
Next case.
Next case. Thank you so much, family. We appreciate that. Now your daddy's funeral is viral because y'all don't have a bunch of confusion. Okay, number 2. Let's get into, do you want to introduce, no, we're going to save that last. Kaya and Julian Michaels, okay, has a lot. These are 2 different individuals. Kaya, we know her from My Neck, My Back, Lick My. We know her from songs like that. I really like her one
Yeah,
song, Nay. Kane Wayne with it. Kane Wayne with it. You heard the song
yeah.
before?
I like
Yeah.
Kaya. I like her music.
I don't. I don't like her at all, actually. So I just don't. Kaya had a bunch to say about poor, good Christian, good music making Lizzo. She had a bunch to say about her. There's a clip of Kaya and Julian Michaels. Let you know who my viewers who are watching. Julian Michaels is the epitome of fitness. She's a Caucasian lady, and she loves everything fitness. So let me get to Julian Michaels, and I'll go to Kaya. Nay, Julian Michaels was on an interview yesterday, and it was on The View. It was The Real talked about it, but basically she was saying that it's not really cute for people who are obese to be proud of being fat. Basically, in a nutshell, that's what she said. Because we see, of course, Nay. Have you seen Lizzo? She's going to games. She's showing her phone. She is a very advocate of being self-love. But Julian Michaels makes a comment and says, well, I love her music just like everybody else, but is it really okay when she goes to the doctor's office and finds out that she has diabetes? And you can inspire, she quote, and I quote, you can inspire as many people as you want to at 90 years old. But if you die at 60, how many people were you able to inspire? Michaels was really showing to really degrade people so she can get a lot of laughs. Kaya said that she looks like a big oven roasted pig with an apple in her mouth. Kaya goes on to say that Lizzo knows better of showing her thong. If she would wash her panties, she would. I mean, it was just so much on here that she said, and I can't repeat. I need y'all to go. It's probably still on YouTube. Kaya's video and Julian Michaels' video talking about Lizzo and just downing her. I think, in my opinion, downing her without really understanding her vision or the statement she's trying to make. The statement she's trying to make is, "I love myself regardless." What do you say about that, man? You got two people riding on this woman. All she's trying to do is make people smile.
Look at you. All she want to do is make people smile with a thong up her butt at the NBA game. Stop it.
Oh God!
Stop it.
No, okay, no. What do you think about this? Lizzo says you got to love yourself. No, I don't care. She ain't worried about that she's 300 pounds. She said you got to still love yourself. I don't know. I mean, I kind of agree with her message. I'm a big guy myself. I mean, I'm not 300 pounds, but.
So let me say this. Speaking from somebody who comes from a family that is serious with congestive heart failure, and I'm not that big either, but you need to be heart healthy. You need to at least have a healthy weight. I have no problem with what she's doing as far as advocating for the BBWs. No problem. Because real talk, BBWs get love all the time. It's just a lot of people try to keep them behind doors. Men love BBWs, you know, especially when they got that small waist. But let me tell you, Lizzo did not get that small waist done. That's why they go on her the way they do, because she didn't get that teeny tiny waist, because that's all it is. Men only, the BBW thing only counts when that waist is small. But she didn't get it done. But let me say this about Kaya. Yeah, what? Am I giving you something today?
Yeah, you're preaching. I'm learning.
So, and then let me say this about Kaya. I love Kaya's music. Kaya can be quite disrespectful at times, but I take Kaya for being Kaya, just out of the box, and sometimes she be off, you know, she do a little too much. But I think that's what she has to do in order to keep the people coming, period. So I accept Kaya for who she is.
But isn't that sad, Nay, that you have to... For me, it's kind of like, I feel like she's 60 years old, living over here in Stockbridge or Stone Mountain or something, and she's so negative. Like, do you have to do that to get a check and viewers? I just be so confused. Like, not just speaking on Kaya. I mean, you're grown. You can do what you want to do, and the people that watch her choose to watch her. But you have to understand, the people that are watching you are really just people who are like you, or just laughing at you, or there's always a reason why you're getting the followers that you're getting. And so I just don't
But
understand why she has to be. I don't know.
okay, so let
As a
me give
YouTuber.
you something. So let me give you something. I'm gonna give you real facts about YouTube, right?
Hmm.
Unfortunately, humans do not. They do not flock towards the good, the kind, the generous, because I have been told before that they don't understand why I'm bigger than why I'm not bigger than what I am, why I have not succeeded in certain things. And I know as a YouTuber, I see bigger, more aggressive YouTubers that use a lot of my stuff. Like, a lot of my jokes, I see that with, Tasha knows she take my stuff and my jokes all the time, right?
Right.
But
And your
but
delivery is a lot better. I'm not just saying that because you're on the show. Your delivery is a lot better.
but the fact of the matter is, you got to be somewhat vicious in order to get the views, And yes, the way that you say it when you're saying like-minded people are together, it's a channel of hate mongering. People flock to hate mongering channels before they will a good, kind-hearted person. So because I've chosen not to be that way, I don't get the momentum that a lot of people do. And,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I haven't gotten into it with people before, because I will stand up and give somebody, the business,
Oh
but
yeah.
that because, the demons will, reach up and pull you down to the depths of hell with them. You heard me. But
Listen.
it's just unfortunate that people just want to hear hate mongering. I've literally seen people from other countries who seek out hate mongering channels and drop hundreds and hundreds of dollars. That is crazy to me, but that's all it is, love.
I think we're really gonna have to start cussing hoes out to get maybe 100K by April. Do you think we should? You think?
Child,
You think I just need to
child.
go and just like really cuss you and your mama out for you to love me by April? I don't know. We'll think about it.
Uh-uh.
All right. What's our case on this, Lizzo? Are we good with your message, or should you lose weight? Because it is a health problem. People who are skinny still have health problems, but I'm telling you,
Yes, they do.
weight causes a lot of problems. I'm thick. Y'all can go on Instagram, check me out. I'm not, I'm a thick guy. But even in my thickness, I'm not overly big. But sometimes
I'm
in my
sick too.
clothes, I feel, in my clothes, sometimes you don't feel right. So just imagine being almost 300 pounds, and maybe you know what, Nay? It just hit me. Thank you, Holy Ghost. Maybe she's doing it to. She says, "This is my moment. I need to go ahead and make this statement because I need to overcompensate, or maybe she's trying to be the hero that's going to save the day, so the world never thinks of big people like that no more. Maybe that's what she's trying to do. I just hit me.
I think that we are living in a society now where you have to be over the top now, and I think that those are things that I think she thinks she has to do in order
Yeah.
to stay, in our, whether it be negative, whether it be positive. I believe those are things she has to do, because just as a young woman, I don't believe that you should go to an NBA game with kids there with your butt cheeks hanging out. I'm just not with that. But I don't know if the record to do it, you know. So I don't know. Right now, you just got to be extra in order to be seen, and I hate that part.
Trey Love 412 says, I'm good
That's
with
my
Lizzo.
sister.
That's your sister. Hey, what's up, sis? She says she can keep up with the other dancers. She can. Um,
She can. She can.
she can.
And
She still
listen,
may
don't
have
get
diabetes.
clothes. Okay. Hey, but I'm not her side, and I could have diabetes. I don't listen. If
Listen,
Lizzo was to be healthy, if she was to come on and say, "Listen, I'm healthy. Mind your business," then
that's all
Janet Michaels would shut up.
we.
So
Julian
Julia Michaels, whoever her name is, whoever she
and
is.
Kaya.
Kaya, just let Kaya be Kaya and stay away from that vein. That's it. Just stay away from the vein. That vein. What's that van? Is it a van or ice cream truck she drives? What is
Ice
that?
cream. She drives an ice cream truck. Ice cream truck.
You know daggone well. Is it an ice cream truck?
I
Okay.
really think I really for real think that somebody's singing in Stockbridge and there was an ice cream truck. And if you're from Atlanta, you know what I'm talking about. Next case. What is that? Stay away from it. Stay away from the negativity. Lizzo, just be healthy, baby. Okay, that's all we're gonna say on that.
That's it. That's it. And keep your butt cheeks in around
keep
children.
your please. Please, especially when it's not lifted. Okay, here we go. Start. We got two more, y'all. And we getting up out of here. Now, my Nay is about to tell us our third, and we're going to touch it very briefly. But we're going to reporter Nay on YouTube, Nay Rob on YouTube, and she's going to give us her views all the way from Washington, D.C., by the way of Atlanta, about President 45. Take it away, Nay.
So let me ask you this question.
Okay.
So a lot of people were in such an uproar about this impeachment. Y'all was ready for this impeachment, wasn't y'all? Y'all was ready.
Ready.
But he tricked y'all. He ain't go nowhere, and he pushed the button. So what does that tell you about our country? Okay? Like, I'm beginning to feel like we are not in a democracy anymore. And then now, listen, you know that me and my wife was having a conversation and said that he's coming up with this thing called the Sky Military. I'm like Buck Rogers? Like Star Trek? Like literally, he has another guy. Yes, like what does he call it? It's a space military. That's what he has going on. He has launched that thing. I said, oh, I'm nervous. He knows something. We've been having all like these rockets and stuff being spotted all over the place. I spotted one down here. We need to be nervous. We need to be nervous with that dude.
And you know what, Nate? That really is a point that you made. No, not only is he probably not going anywhere, not only is the racism and the bigotry of America is going to probably try to reelect him, but the man is doing everything he wants to do.
Right.
Like a dictatorship.
Exactly. And let me say this to you, and every time I say this, people be like, yep, you're right, man. Our country has gotten rid of presidents for less, if you know what I mean. If they wanted him gone, he would be gone, okay? So, I need our country to kind of wake up and be like, this is just going to be our life for a while, because the same way they got rid of the previous presidents, with the A word, I don't like to say it because I don't want to wish that on nobody, but they definitely would have gotten rid of him if they wanted him gone. Period. They talk all this big mess about how they don't like him, how they want, God, they're going well.
She's doing good. She ain't cussed yet. She's doing good.
They would have John Kennedy him. Okay? So that's all I have to say about that. So
let me say this, and we're moving on. Michael Pence, David Nunes, because I did my research, and Levy Parnas, L-E-V Parnas. All three of these people were his right-hand men, and two of them have been maybe on the way to prison already, Anyway, make a long story short, they were all involved in this Ukraine, trying to find out information about Joe Biden and his family. It was a lot of crooked stuff that Trump was doing involving Ukraine. And most of these people are under the fire now. They're being exposed. And your president, not yours, I don't know somebody's president, went on the news. Their president went on the news and said, "Here's the pimp." Let me tell you this. I think he's a black dude. I swear to God, I do. I think he's a black dude because he went on there and was like, "I don't know them, bro. I ain't know them." He was like, "Just because I took a picture with him, I'll take a picture with a lot of people." He was like Trump. It's like, y'all got yourselves caught. Now I'm gonna have to ask you. Trump is really, y'all. I don't know. I mean, and what's so funny is things are happening and revealing themselves in front of our eyes and we're
Right.
still going to have those people who will rock with him no matter what. I don't know. Let's just pray. Let's just pray. Who's your candidate? Who's somebody that you're looking at quickly for 2020? Who candidate that you're looking at?
You gonna think I'm crazy. Right now they could put Cardi B in there. I wouldn't care. Because right now my trust in our system is gone. I really don't care anymore. I don't care. Because for the country to allow this thing right here to stay in office as long as he had, and no, they have gotten rid of presidents for much less.
That's right.
Man, Watergate was crazy. It wasn't half as crazy as what he got going on now. Watergate was minuscule in comparison to what he's doing now. Woo! Woo! And he wasn't impeached, just so you know. Nixon resigned. But this thing right here, he will not resign. Bill Clinton stayed in office. Look at you. He was impeached, but you got to get impeached from both houses or something like that. It had to be an agreement
from
from
the Senate and the House. Yeah.
Right.
So right now, what is going on, they have impeached him from the House, but they're passing it over to the Senate, which we already know they're not passing that. So, yeah.
Right.
All right. He's going to still be in office. Last but not least, this is so fun, and I think both of us cannot wait to talk about this. Young Jock.
I had to tell you to put this back on air because you was going to take that off. I said, no, we got to talk about Young Jock.
I know this is real talk, but you ain't got to tell all my business to everybody. Meet me in the club. It's going down. The Young Jock himself, the rapper. Let me tell you, fun fact though. This is so real. So if you see my sweater,
he loves his college.
I love my school. I went to Kentucky State University. What's up, Thoroughbreds? Alma Mater. What's up? Young Jock's girlfriend. You see her on Love and Hip Hop now. Her name is Kendra. I forgot Kendra's last name. Kendra Randles or something. She went to K-State with me. She was in school the same time I was in school. She was like maybe a year or two before me. But I could see on campus. I was at her. I remember her probate. Because she was online with my friend, not Amanda, she was online with, what's that girl's name from Detroit? And she was also, they had a split name line, I'm telling you this. But anyway, I remember because it was one of the first probates I went to as a freshman. And Kendra was on that line. But anyway, she dates Young Jock now. And if not, you can catch them on Love and Hip Hop. I think they're in Atlanta. Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, you can catch them now. But Kendra is a lawyer. So she has her own thing going on, y'all. Like Kendra got her own thing going on. But Young Jock is being criticized. What's so, and I'm gonna let you take over, but what's so nasty about it? I'm gonna get to that. Anyway, Young Jock is being criticized because now he works for, drum roll please, a share riding company. Now it's not reported that he works for Uber or he works for Lyft, but it's something like those two. And so he's getting a lot of backlash, and when I mean a lot of backlash. But let me set this up. The video, nobody would have known, I guess, other than the people that he's driving and his family, unless these two African Americans love the hip hop watching, want to be like Cardi B having, ratchet women, really sincerely. Recording him. So here they go. And this video is also going to be posted on our pages. I'm going to send it to Nay to post on her page. They were in the back seat and they had their phone out, Nay, and you could take over and tell us what you feel, because I know Nay got a lot of boiling up in her, okay? They were in the back seat and they were recording him, and he had his hood on. He was embarrassed. He had his hood on, and they said, I'm gonna try to channel my inner Young Jock. I'm in my inner ratchet. Is you
look at that
Young Jock? And he said, quote, and I quote, you already know who I am, you know. She was like, you must have fell off because I don't know why you driving this. Like, you must have fell off. She said that to the man's face. I would just, I don't know. I don't know if I would have put them out of my car. I don't know if I would have just snapped on them. The nerve to make somebody feel bad about making money legit or just taking care of themselves from as it's crazy. What are your views on that, May?
Well, first, I believe that the company that he's driving for, I think he has some stock in that company. That's what I believe, or that's what I want to believe.
Oh,
Okay,
that's what we
so
want to believe. Right.
even still, listen, I mean, I'm a whole married housewife, but if I have to go back to scrubbing toilets like I did at 17 years old, I will do that, and I wouldn't give a crap about what nobody thought about me. So the young ladies were very immature, very, they goes to show that you don't have a car, young lady. So, so you in Uber in my Uber, young lady. So their opinions don't even really count. You know what I'm saying? Like young, dumb, it don't count to me. So, you sit your ass over there and be dumb. Oh, first cuss word. I'm sorry.
You did good,
Okay.
though. You did good.
But the thing about it is that a lot of these stars that have fell off, or not necessarily fell off, but they're not able to obtain employment anymore in rapping or whatever. I commend them because you still got to pay your bills. And Young Jock got like 27 kids. He still has to pay child support. So I don't care what he do to pay his freaking child support. I don't care. I'm like, what the? Young people opinions don't count. I'm so sorry, young people. Whoever young person look at this, I'm so sorry. But y'all opinions don't count because you would know if you had a baby father, if Young Jock was your baby father, you wouldn't care what he did. As long as he was putting that money in your bank account for child support every month. So it was ignorant for them to do. Hey, but you gotta it's been times where I've been out before and I've had people to run up to me and say, "Hey, Nay Rob," I'd be like, "Hold it, is you a friend or a foe? I don't know." So, but when you're a celebrity, those are the type of things that you have to deal with. Period. So he shouldn't feel ashamed. He should know that just comes with it. I'm sure when he had that conch in his head, having that conch in his head is more embarrassing than driving Uber. When he used to remember when he was wearing that Frankie Lyman, why do fools fall in love?
But it was giving me very much early Gladys Knight. Like it was giving me like it wasn't a manly. It was no manly in that. Like it wasn't like whoever did it looked at a female in a magazine. You know, you used to do back in the day. You would look at the magazine picture and you'd be like, "I want this. I want that one." Like he went to somebody's musician and was like, I want the auntie one, not the uncle.
Right. It was the auntie. It was.
Yeah. And he already has like a round face type. It's weird. But here's my thing though. Here's what I want to ask you though. He's on Love and Hip Hop. So now this is a deeper conversation.
Mm-hmm.
He's on Love and Hip Hop.
Mm-hmm.
How much are you really getting paid?
Well, from what I understand, I tried to tell people before that they're not getting paid any money on Love and Hip Hop. I thought they was getting like between $5,000 an episode, something like that. And once he take care of all his child support and keep up his persona and his hair, his perm, you know what I'm saying? That goes like that. So I'm not surprised. If you have to supplement your income by driving Uber, you know how many YouTubers drive Uber secretly? You know what I'm saying? Right. But that's just ignorance to me. That people don't want to, look beyond. I would laugh at them girls. He handled it. I guess he didn't want a bad rating or something. But I would have told the husband, get out, get out my car. That's how I would have told him.
Me too. Like I would have had to pray after. Because the nerve, it was just the nerve of them to be so bold. But here I have another question, and we're getting ready to come to a close. Mm-hmm. Why isn't it okay for the younger generation to understand? Like I'm 29. I guess I'm in the millennial era or whatever. But why is it so hard for our generation to understand that being a hard worker, like if it's not what you see on Instagram, it's wrong. You know what I'm saying? if it's not that fluff or that lie that you see on social media, that gotta be whack automatically. That gotta be lame,
Right.
or yeah, something wrong with that nigga, or something wrong with him. He fell off or she fell off. Ooh, Nate got me cussing, y'all. I'm saved. Nate has me cussing.
Ninja is not a cuss word. Ninja is not a cuss word.
My
You
mama
say
would have
ninja.
cursed me out. Anyway, but no, like, what is it? What do you think it is that we don't? Because they low key may have been around my age. That the girls that were that bold and that ignorant to say that, but it's so sad because they're not alone. There's a lot of people who are looking at this situation, and we know that everybody's not kind. We know that everybody's not nice. But I just feel like in my generation, if you're not what you see on social media, then you gotta be wrong, bro. You know?
Well, you have to understand the difference between, because there's a huge difference between us because I'm almost 50, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the difference between now and you all, we didn't have the options that you had. It's easy for a millennial to be a millionaire in this time or to make money
Mm.
without actually having to go to school or to, do hard work, apply for jobs, get doors slammed in your face, things like that. It's so much easier.
Back. Okay, we back. You know what? When I get on syndicated television, we won't have to.
Oh, please. Oh,
right.
you just remember me, okay? That's what you do. You remember me when you make it.
You're right. Nay, you'll probably get your syndicated show before I get mine. But
I told you that's not my judge. That's not my judge, baby.
We'll talk about this off camera. No, this is real talk. Let's go ahead and talk. You're going to do it. You do not want to miss what God has in store. So, like you told me earlier, to be open to learning things from new people, you have to be open to new experiences. Because it's not, I think that the reason why you have your YouTube show, welcome back, y'all. Real Talk with your boy, Noland Pruitt. I'm sorry, we had a little.
Thank you for coming back, guys.
But it's not about the moment. It's about the legacy that you're building, and you're really reaching more people than what you really know. So whenever opportunity comes, say yes and see what God got for you. Okay.
You learn something new every day. Okay. You learn something new every day.
You learn something new every day. I love Nay Rob. That's my friend, y'all. She's my friend. Don't be jealous.
Oh my God.
Before we got cut off and we get ready to wrap up, we were just talking to the fact of that in my generation, it's quicker for us to become the millionaire. Okay, it's quicker for us to become millionaires. It's quicker for us to make the money. That's what you were saying, but you were going somewhere with that.
No, I was just saying that, maybe they just don't have, or maybe the work ethic is different. So it's a form of, I'm too good for that because I'm part of a society that I can get on Instagram or YouTube and make money. I mean, YouTube is saturated now, Instagram is saturated now, whereas you would have to go to the strip club to see women naked. You don't have to do that no more. Men send you cash apps through Instagram. I say, my wife lucky. She lucky. You heard me. She lucky.
Instagram.
Okay. It's a lot of money out there. Okay.
Yes. Hey, if I see you online making it clap, I'm gonna come.
Oh my God! But
just take me out to eat on that check, though. No,
child, people, it's crazy.
I get that. What'd you say?
I said, it's crazy. You can send a picture of your feet on Instagram and make money of your feet, baby. You know how many people be like, "Ooh, send me a picture of your feet." You be like, "My feet? Your feet.
These fetishes.
$100 for your feet." I ain't never did it because I'm an old married woman, okay? All I'm saying, if I wasn't married, pictures would be toes everywhere, okay? Okay.
Oh, anyway, listen. So, what is the case? What do we need our viewers who will watch this? What do we want them to know out of this young jock situation?
Never think you too good for any job. Never, never, never. You're not better than never. I'm in a very, very good relationship. My wife, we're in a very comfortable place, okay? But you better believe if my wife lose her job, I'm going to scrub some floors. I'm going to scrub some toilets. I'm going to do whatever it is we need to do to get it. If I got to say hello to Walmart, now I'll never go back to work full time for anybody again, but if my YouTube check doesn't cut it, which it hasn't recently, but if my YouTube check doesn't cut it, hey, I'm going to make it work. Because I'm not too proud to do anything. Now I ain't going down to the, Triple H, like I'm not going to sell my butt. I'm not going down to Magic City to shake my butt. I'm not going to do that. I have a little, I don't have a problem with dancers. I don't. If that's your life, get your money. I can't do it because I'm a married woman, so I can't do. That's not my life,
Yeah.
So.
Get it how you live. Listen, I've enjoyed this interview. We've stayed up past some bad times. Yay! So anyway, come on. Good. Listen, before we go, we have to plug what you're doing next. She just did a book review, and that's what she does on her show. She does book reviews. She's first of all, she's starting to do a lot this year. I just know that because she already has major people who have 100,000 plus followers on their YouTube pages going on her YouTube page and copying her style. So, listen, but her book review, she did Morris Day. Y'all gotta go check out her Morris Day and Prince situation book review. And then please go check out, you did Robin Crawford's book review. Please go check out her book. Listen, I laughed. Let me ask you this before we go, and we're gonna get up out of here. But when you said that in the Whitney Houston book, that when Robin went on that date, and we're talking about the late great Whitney Houston, when they were on tour and Robin went on the date with one of the background dancers, and she came back in the morning and Sissy was all in her face like, "Where you been?" And then Sissy smacked her, right? And then Whitney Houston, she went to the other room, and then Whitney Houston smacked her. But here's my thought. This is what I was thinking when I was watching your videos. And please, y'all, go now subscribe to Nay Rob. And go ahead and just tell them what's the name, Nay, on your YouTube.
Nay Rob, it's just Nay Rob, baby. It's only one me there. It's a little girl there, but she's a young little girl, but it's only one Nay Rob.
Only one Nay Rob, okay? Listen, she said, my thing is, why would the mama and the daughter smack you? If the mama didn't know, that's like my friend coming in the door and my mama's like, "Hey, Ryan, where you been?" Smack. Why would my mama smack my best friend?
Sissy got hands. You hear me? Sissy got hands. Sissy got hands.
But my thing is, here's my thing. Why would you just smack her manager, her best friend, for being out with another woman when that's her woman's business? Or did Sissy really know about their relationship and that's why she smacked her, because she's taking up for her daughter?
I think Sissy smacked her because she thinks that, Robin, you work for my daughter. You need to be here at all times. And I think Sissy really just was too entitled. She just was too, she thought she could do anything, but really did nothing to help her daughter. She could do anything. I could smack your girlfriend, but I can't help you stay clean. That's a very tragic situation.
Very tragic. Whitney Houston will be honored in the Hall of Fame. Of course, she won't be here to see it.
Oh my gosh! In the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, yes, there is no other. You heard? You heard?
There is no
No
other.
other.
And she
No
will be
other.
along with Biggie Smalls. Isn't that funny?
I like Biggie. I like Biggie, but I don't think he should be there next to Whitney. But you know.
Yeah. Sometimes you look up. Okay. Anything you want to say to our viewers? I've enjoyed this interview. We're going to be on my Instagram page very soon, going to lunch. We'll probably be on her. We're going to try to nurse this. Yes. We're probably, I would love to come on and read. I don't like to read a lot, though, man. So, but if I could read,
the book?
give me a chapter. And I would love to come on and do on your YouTube page, and let's review a chapter together.
Let's see what book. See, I'm at the end of Morris Day, so I'm going to figure out what the next book is going to be, and that would be nice because you know what's funny? I was thinking about doing that. I was really thinking about having people to come on to talk with me because, believe it or not, I do have people that I take up under my wing. They are a part of what I call the House and A-Rob. Right? And I help to get them to, it's so funny when I say this, it's like a menudo thing. If you ever heard of menudo, like I get you to a place where you're monetized and then you're on your own, you know?
Okay.
But, you know, because I think it's like 1,000 subscribers, so many hours, something like that, and then you're on your own. That's how I treat the people that are part of House and A-Rob. It takes a little slower with me opposed to somebody with Tasha K because, you know, she has a larger following. You know, she's a little more aggressive with her, you know, tactics. So you will grow quicker. With me, it's slow, but it's clean, you know.
Right.
But I would love to do that. The next book, I don't know. My people talk to me because I interact with them a lot. So I don't know what a good book is. I don't know yet. I don't know.
We'll have to find a good book. We'll have to find. I mean, of course, because you bring new books. We'll work on that. But I'm only going to do a chapter.
You are terrible. You need to read.
Like after the first chapter. No. Let's do. Please. This is my suggestion right here on Real Talk. Let's do The Water Dancer. I want you to look up that book. Okay. It's called The Water Dancer, and it's written by African American. Oprah added that to her book club. It's the latest book that she added to her book club. But I've been dying to read The Water Dancer. Even though it's not about a person's biography though. But it is a story that takes you. It's about slavery, but it's a love story. And it's
beautiful. But look at you. You said, "Oh, please, can we? I don't want to read the book, but can you do water dance?" That's how you did me. I don't want to read the book, but can you do water dance? I put it on my list, okay? Yes. I put it on my. I'm not a big fan of Oprah, but I will put it on my list.
Okay. Oprah, don't watch this. She'll shut down my show before I even get started. She didn't say that. Okay? She said
no word.
Okay, let's get up out of here. I love you so much. Y'all follow my girl Rob on YouTube. You've been a blessing. I speak nothing, and this is just sincerely. I speak nothing but blessings in your career and your life. The Bible does say, you know, it's always got to end it with the Bible. The Bible does say that your latter days will be greater than your former. And so what that means is the things that are coming later and when people feel like they're getting older or people may over the hill, whatever, the greater days are on the way. And it may be in a lot of people's situations, it's so much better than that first half. That second half may overshadow. So the Bible does say that. So I speak that your latter days will be greater than your former, even though you probably had great former days. But your latter days are going to be going to blow your mind. So I really do speak that over your life. And y'all follow her. Y'all subscribe to me too. Real Talk with your boy Noland Pruitt.
I got you. You want to send me the video, right?
Yes, I'm going to send you the video. So we're happy.
And I will upload it on my channel.
Yes, I love you so much. I've had fun. You're watching. Anything you want to say before we get up out of here?
No. I'm good. Everybody, just thank you so much for coming in and supporting both of us.
Oh, she's so Aretha Franklin, so short spoken. All right, we'll see. We'll see y'all soon.
Bye.
Have a great night. We out of here.
You
Bye.
too. Oh.